Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we will be talking about showing the color based conditions and the fixed values together within a one single bar chart or a cross table or any scatter plot or different type of plots. So basically with the default functionality of the Spotfire, it's really hard to achieve uh, such kind of requirements. So basically you can but with the help of Terr or R scripting within the Spotfire, you should be able to achieve these things uh, easily, and like you can do more than what you are expecting, you know, in terms of complex reporting and all the stuff. So right now I'm going to I'm going to show you the basics R functionality, and like because I see most of the people has similar requirements because they do want to do some sort of conditions on aggregation from values to values of single columns of multiple columns together. They would like to have one single format and kind of thing. So to achieve those kind of requirements, so we will be using this R scripting today. All right, so also I'm gonna quickly show you some sample analysis of the sample data what I would like to achieve today. So let's say I have a column of fruits. In this column I have four categories of fruits. I have three green apples, two grapes, three bananas, and red apples, two red apples, right? So now I would like to see there are two categories of apples here. So total four different type of fruits, but basically two categories of apples, red apples and green apples. Now I would like to see if my total number of green apples are greater than total number of red apples, then my bar should show as a green color of the red apples. It should show me as a green color. So again, if my red apples is greater than count of red apples is greater than green apples, it should show the bar chart should show as a red bar. And if it sees if the color condition is equal to grapes or contain grapes, then show the bar chart uh, in a the bar in a green color. If it's equal to bananas, it should show in a yellow color. All right, let's get started. So first, how do we achieve the color conditions within the Spotfire? So I just saved this and I just called this within the Spotfire. So this is what it looks like, because once this is a table I can uh, this is a two-dimensional table what we have. So when I converted this to a bar chart, it has four different categories of fruits. So when you look into the properties, so you go to the colors, you can clearly see the fruit columns. So here I have applied a condition saying that in the color mode fixed, I just simply said that, hey, when any value contains red within the fruits column, just show it as red. That's why it's showing the count of red. You see the count is showing in the red. And like when anything contains green, then show me the green. Whenever it is equal to bananas, so it should show in the yellow color. And when it is equal to grapes, show it in the green. Right, maybe we can have some dark green or something like that. So hopefully, so yeah, these are like grapes. Okay, so but this is not the requirement, as I said earlier. So we have to walk through that requirement by using the R scripting. So first thing is, like, I would like to do the count, store the count of these green apples and the red apples into the document properties, so that I can use this document properties in my R scripting to evaluate the expression. Okay, so first thing, in order to, again, the reason I would like to have this document property, it's not the straight way of creating the document properties. It's because I would like to use this document properties to be updated based on the counts, right? So basically, let's say if I add more uh, red apples here, so by default the document property should update the total number of count of the red apples. So to achieve that kind of functionality, first I would like to create our scripting for that. First thing is that, so go to the edit and make sure click on the data function properties, click on register new. I'll just say red and green apple counts. So I'll just say this. I'll just say red apple output, green red apple input. All right, green apple output, green apple input. All right, so each of these, assume that each of these are like for one document property. So let's quickly create how to create a document property using the scripting. First, let's learn that first thing. So I'll just copy this input value here. I'll just click on add it here, and I'll make sure that it's a single value and it's an integer. Why? Because I'm just getting the count, and the count is going to be the only one single value. That's why it shows only single value, because total number of count of these green apples are 3, so it's going to be one single value, right? So click OK. Make sure that you have these parameters, everything checked. Do not check anything, do not uncheck anything. So, and again copy this green apple input, paste it here. Make sure you select integer again, so it's going to be the value, same thing, and go to the script. Now copy the red apple output and go to the output parameters, paste it here, and again it's going to be a value. That value is going to be stored within the document properties. So I'll show you how it can be done. So once you have the script available just like this, you just save it first. I'm saving this here in one of my folder structures, red and green apple count. So, and then I just run, and here make sure that you have this refresh function automatically checked. Click on the expression, just click on the edit, and just say I'll just say case when my fruits is equal to green apples, then count, or I'll just say insert fruits, and I'll just call this as count. Either you can put it inside or outside, but I'm just using outside. And also click on the another input and make sure you select the expression again. Click on edit, use the old expression, just make sure you replace that green with the red, and then use everything, all the expression remains same, and click OK, and then go to the output. Now in the output you have two different outputs. Remember, we created two different outputs in the script. So in red apple output, make sure that you create a data table property, and then I already created two different properties, whether from the document properties. Maybe we can, we can use it, or we can just replace that, or we can create new document properties from here. All right, so to make it simple, right? So let me to make you understand what I'm going to do, right? So I'll just go back to my document properties. I'll just try to delete this red apple count and green apple count. So in the first place, I'll just delete these guys. I deleted those guys. Now we do not have any properties. Now I'll just run from the beginning. Again, I am using the same script. I ran it from the beginning again. I'm just clicking this refresh function automatically, expressions, and I just paste this one. So what I'm using this for red, so it's my red apples. Okay, cool. Give me the count of my red apples, and then green. Click on this and then paste it here. I'll just say green. Give me the count of green apples. Click on here. Go to the output. Go now in the red apples. When you select the red apples, click on the document property. Make sure red apples count, and then here document property green apples count. Alright, so now when you select this one, it's storing it in the red apple count. When you select this one, it's storing it in the green apple count. You can see this one here too. Click OK. So it ran successfully. So you can validate it going to the document properties. See, into when I click on the document property, it is showing me the count of the red apples and it is giving me the green apples count, right? So let's quickly do one more check saying that I'll just close this one now. I'll just simply add more red apples now. 4 red apples. I'll just save this. I'll just refresh my data. Now we do have 4 red apples. You can see it here too. I'll just see out what's happening in my document properties. There it is. It's automatically it is showing the 4 red apples for you. Okay, so this is where we are capturing our total number of counts. So now the next step is make sure you again do the same thing, like click on data function properties, register new data function property, and this time you call this as, you can name it anything, okay, color conditions and fixed values together, right? So now you can say that as simply output input. You can give any names if you want to, and just now this time I just paste it here, input. So now what we want from this input is we want the multiple values to be shown, right? So I want to see grapes, I want to see banana, I want to see the total number of count of green apples and the total number of count of the red. So it's going to be multiple values. So when there is a multiple values, you have to click on columns. Okay guys, so and make sure that you choose the string, because some of them are like numbers, some of them are like grapes. So it's a string you have to choose. So when you click on the string, click OK, and then output. So this output is going to be a table. It's not going to be a column, it's not going to be a value, it's not going to be it's going to be a brand new table, like based on the table what you are already creating by loading this Excel. So when this R runs, and then it will create a new table for you with these expressions, and then you have to use that table for your graphs, okay, not the table which you initially loaded, because this is the combination we are creating using the R scripting, right? So that's why you have to have a new table. Click on this table, and now you just save this. You just save it anywhere in your library folder, and then run. Click on the refresh function automatically, and then click on this expression, and I might have the some of the I got the old expression. What it is saying is like simple expression, right? It is saying that case when my fruits is equal to green apples, then green apples. When my grapes is grapes, when my banana is bananas. But this is where I would like to see here. We created a properties, right? It is green apples count is my 3 green apples count. That's my document property. You can see the resulting expression here too. So this is error, that's it's showing question mark, but this is the 3. You can see 3 is greater than red apple counts, then show me green. If my green apple count is less than red apple count, then show me red. So if 3 is less than 4, then red, right? So I hope you understand this case statement. So this is going to have that one format where I want to. This is where I'm getting all the format. Now I'm loading this whole data, formatted data, into this output table. So that my new table, I can rename it to anything, saying that fruits and output fruits, aggregational table, or like combination table, or anything I can give. But right now I'm just leaving as it is as an output. Just click output. So it ran successfully. If you see any kind of error, basically you should be able to see that error message over here. But at least error message will pop up for you. But right now we do not see anything. Let's evaluate the table first and see. Okay, I'm just closing this, guys. I'm just closing this too. I'm just gonna click on the new table, and then I'm just, so now this new table has been created by our scripting, because when you see in the data table properties, now you have this new table, right? So all you need to do is select output. Now this is what I want. I want, if my red apple count is greater than red apples, then just show me as a red. If my green apple count is greater than red apples count, then show me this as a green. Okay, so let's have the another bar chart from this duplicate, and then I'll just keep this side by side. Let me keep this one side by side too. Alright, and let me switch this to a bar chart. Now I'll simply change the color conditions. I'll just say color conditions. I'll call this as my output, and then simply I can say I'll switch this to fixed, and I'll put a rule saying that, hey, equal to any bananas, then yellow. Okay, so banana is yellow. One more rule, equal to grapes, then dark green grapes, and one more rule, equal to green apples. Make sure you have some light color here, and then when you see, one more rule we are adding is contains, oh no, not contains, equal to green, just green, because that's what we have wrote in the case statement in our script, in our function, right? So just make sure you have it as a green, but right now you do not have any green over here, but you do have red, so equal to red, so you have this red now. So now you can quickly go to the labels and make sure you add the labels on top of the bars. So now you have 4 bars, four red apples. Basically you are trying to compare this with this, and then you are showing this as a 4 into the color condition what you are giving, right? So also let's say we'll just increase the green apple counts now. Let's see what happens if we increase the green apple counts, right? Insert, and then just say, now we have 5 green apples, so they're greater than red. Now let's refresh this, so this should change. Now instead of red, it should tell me it's green. It's not gonna be red, it should tell me it as a green, and then total count should come. That's what I'm expecting. Let's see, I just refresh. That's what I want. So this is my green, this is what it's showing. Now the green are 2, 3, 4, 5, but what is wrong here? What's wrong here is, nothing is wrong, because my green apples, basically you can see here, my green apple count is greater than red apple, so I'm getting the count of total red is turning into green. That's what I would like to see. So what's the count? 4. So again this changed to the green. Now let's increase red apples. Now refresh it, it should turn into red now. 7, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. red is greater than so all my red apples are greater than green apples, so it's showing me 7.